Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Inscryption, Kaycee's mod. This will be part 17 of our Let's Play, and I think we're going to give... Sorry, so we skipped a little bit, covered by the title screen. We're going to give this Mantis King, or Mantis God deck, sorry, my lord, one final try, but we're going to not take the more difficult ones. I think we can get away with all of this. This one kind of sucks, but I think like all battles are totem battles, not a big deal. Boss battles, totem battles, definitely not a big deal. This one, it's easy to kind of make up for that. It just means you have to rush things a little more, which is fine. And then no boss rares, I think, is going to be the one that sucks the most. Because some of those rares, when you get them, are very, very good. And because you can't reshuffle the boss box, like, honestly, the non-rares they give you are usually shit, and there's no way to get better ones. Whereas, like, with rares, at least they're all kind of okay. We might go Mud Turtle Warren to start with. The Mud Turtle's a good attacking card, we've sort of discovered. I don't want to pack rat straight away, so we're going to do some sacrificing. And I think straight away the answer is we'll sacrifice the Warren just onto like a ringworm. Should be fine. We'll throw the other ringworm into the fire when we can and see what comes out. Okay. All canines have swimming. Yes, he Direwolf Pup, so that's not... Oh, actually, that's a bad card. Holy shit. That's actually a very bad card. I just realized because he is going to evolve next turn. So that is kind of bad. I guess we'll be able to grab him, maybe? Yeah, because he's going to flip. Ooh, that is not a good thing at all. I think we have to grab him. I hate that we have to use our hook this early, but I don't see us winning that battle without it. Because the double attacking Direwolf is just too much. And I think we can possibly just trade the fishhook out for a pair of scissors, which kind of does the same thing. What is that up there? I really cannot see what that is because of the shadows. I think it's just some sort of card. I think it's this. Or it could just be a question mark. I don't really want to go this way, although 2 free cards, a battle. Yeah, alright, this way's not too bad. We don't get any items, but that's okay. A Direwolf Pup, I think, is a good pull. As to what to sacrifice here, maybe we just go bloody Mantis God onto Direwolf Pup. It does make kind of the Mantis God more expensive by virtue of putting it on a 2 sacrifice card, but I think it's probably worth it. It's probably fine. Unless we draw this opening hand, but of course we can just use a squirrel in a bottle. And, well, we definitely win. Because the Direwolf is now going to do, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 attacks. Which I'm pretty sure is a win. Even with that blocker, it's still a win. Okay. We're not going to go Trapper. I don't rate it. I hate having pelts in my inventory. We're going to take the Alpha, though. Really good card. And I guess we're going to throw a ringworm on the fire and see what happens. So, this guy's going on the fire. So that one's okay. How do we go? Number 2! Okay. So we have a 5 health ringworm. Hardly the end of the world. Kind of makes a ringworm fine. Yes, this is a good play. Yeah, so if we play out the rabbit, we can actually get our Direwolf Pup out straight away. Now, we don't want to put him here, because it means he'll get attacked by the pronghorn. At the moment, he can't get away, so he's exactly where we want him. And now we can bring out our good friend Mud Turtle, who we've never played. And win. With an exact amount. Okay, so I will say, without the difficulty spike, we are breezing through this very early on. Which... Again, when I'm playing, I don't feel that the difficulty is actually affecting it that much, but apparently I'm just wrong. Yeah, we're going to sacrifice the alpha onto the ringworm, I suppose. We don't really want to put it onto the wolf. The wolf would want to be affected by it. Here we have a 5 health alpha, which boosts everything around it, so it can go... It can't fight something that attacks it, but it can at least keep it busy. Which is sometimes all you can ask for. Okay, so we can throw Wolf out straight away. Which I think we will. We can also bring out the ringworm that gives me another sacrifice. And immediately get him killed by the coyote. Which is okay. It is one less thing to be turned to gold. Like 2 damage here, doesn't matter. What we really need is the direwolf pup. I mean, we either do 3 damage or like 2. Kind of makes no difference. Because now we get to kill his pack rabbit. Pack rabbit? Pack mule. Your whole pack rabbit. Okay, we do have to be a little bit concerned about the coyote, but actually there's probably a good opportunity for the beaver to come out. Because those dams are actually going to delay this quite a bit, and they're all going to turn to gold anyway, so sort of like, who gives a shit? Also, he just moved his coyote into death. Actually worked out pretty well. I don't think that could have gone really any better. Maybe if we had a gap here so we could put the direwolf pup out in the right spot, but I guess we can just bring out a turkey vulture. Does 3 damage a hit. Like, this is a win for us. I'm just kind of flexing now. Like, what damage do I do here? Doesn't really matter. Well, actually, I can't do any damage, because anything I put down will be blocked by the bloodhound, so... I'll just take the 1. Okay, we've blitzed this. So let's keep going. Okay, we are going to have to take a shit card here. What shit cards have we got? Yeah, see, they're all garbage. I guess we'll take the sparrow because it has flying. Not a big fan of the bull's hefty. Or it's not hefty, is it? It's the other thing. It's the one that, like, flips and moves it. Ooh, what do we want here? Don't really need more items, although we could definitely go down a path that gets us more and has a sacrifice. No. Wolf, direwolf pup. 2 might be too many. Might be too many. I guess if we put a mud turtle on it, gives it 1 block, and now we can fuse those 2 into 1 with the mycologist. Which will give me a super powered direwolf puppy and direwolf. And that ain't a bad thing. Okay, I can bring out the wolves straight away. Which... don't see why we wouldn't. Yeah, we'll just do this. The problem, of course, is that the elk is going to kill my wolf. The elk kills the wolf. It's because I didn't have a pack. Okay, I think we have to, at this point, play out the black goat into the direwolf pup. Does so much damage. That elk fawn is not a threat because we now have a direwolf on the field. And they are... Exhibit A. Very strong. Very, very strong. I guess 2 direwolf pups is actually not too bad, because if we can get them out, not that we ever will, but if we can get them out, it's not a terrible thing. I guess we take the sigils, right? Because there's kind of no way that we don't succeed in this. Because we have a lot of sigils. That is a fun combo. But so is this. Wow, that's a strong card. I mean, it is a double sacrifice, which feels pretty bad. Feels like you wouldn't get much use out of this sigil. Because when are you ever going to have, like, 4 sacrifice to really use it? I like the alpha. Spawning 2 dams, which would then instantly get buffed, obviously. We'll take the bones for the alpha, and a squirrel in a bottle is generally a good pick. Okay, so we still have another fire. I think we're gonna throw... that ringworm on the fire one more time. I think we... In a way, we sort of have to. Yep, rabbit into the direwolf pup. I don't have quite enough of the alpha. It's not as strong as his brother, but it's probably strong enough. Yeah. 1 damage? No, the Raven Egg needs 2. If only I could get one of my guys killed. Of course it's a double sacrifice wolf. Yeah, we're gonna have to use a squirrel in a bottle, aren't we? Because now I can... Oh, he needs bones, sorry. We have to sacrifice the wolf first, which I guess we put over here, and then we bring out the alpha, who creates a dam. And this is a giga amount of damage. Not enough to win, but, man, we're gonna have a bit of overflow in the next turn. Ooh. Just a ringworm? Don't think it really matters. No, because if I buff this by 2, it just means it does 8 damage. Whereas this does, like, combined, this does 9, so that's completely meaningless. We can't sacrifice the dam. So we'll just play this out. We still get a lot of overflow, which is what I was looking for. Okay, we want to go this way, because we want the fire. If we can get another wolf, I think that's what we want. Wolf, coyote. Okay, bit of diversity in our deck is not the end of the world. In fact, probably for the best. Okay, damage. Now, we're definitely throwing this ringworm on this one. Like, if he gets eaten, which he didn't, but at this point it would not have been that bad. With the other alpha in our deck, who's also pretty strong, I think we'd be okay. I do see a couple of mycologists coming up, and I think we want them both. I really think we do. Yeah, we're gonna bust that one open. Throw this boy out. There's 5 damage. It's not enough to win, but it's enough to get close. Now, the moose buck is going to move over, but he's not actually strong enough to kill my ringworm, which is, well, pretty funny and dumb. Yeah, we're just going to sacrifice these 2 to bring out a direwolf pup. Nice. Yeah, we'll just do this. Now, the direwolf's not going to have quite enough to kill the wild bull, but he will have enough to win. So that's all we need. Yeah, we're definitely going this way. We're going to take the double mycologist build. We can put the ringworms together. We can put the... what's the other one? We can put the direwolf pups together. I don't really want any of that. Probably having a native black goat in our deck so we don't have to get a bottled one is a pretty good play. Okay. Doesn't really matter which order we put these in, because we're going to want both. Nice. So that is a hella strong direwolf pup now. The fact that it starts off as a 2-2, obviously pretty scary. The fact that it also blocks damage, very strong. I do like this combo as well. We've turned two kind of average ringworms into one really good card. So I think that's another possible use for the ringworms. Having a duplicate in your deck from the start, pretty strong when you can just put sigils on different ones. We don't have really any items here, which does make this a little difficult, but actually... Okay, honestly, I think we do this, right? Oh my god. What? They do that to each other? Has that always worked that way? Has the dam always had the sigils of whatever it has? Is that true? Because if so, that makes it very strong. Like the old Hong Kong shuffle there. that was good. Oh god, okay. Well, he's gonna kill the strange frog. He's gonna die next turn, but it's kind of okay. Oh wow, dams are worth bones. Would not have figured that one. Okay. I mean, this ringworm is now a real contender. Do 2 damage. I guess if we got 3, we would actually win, but maybe it's worth it to put it off just a little bit. No, I need to bring out squirrel as well. Okay. Again, 1 damage doesn't really save you. I mean, the wolf's dead. But we are about to grab some cards and go to the next phase. So we have a squirrel in our hand. We could pull another squirrel to sacrifice for whatever we can get out. And we can take his entire front line. Now, this is useless. But maybe I don't want him to have it. That is also kind of useless. Or is it? Actually, no it is not. Wow. No, we just take the whole front line. We take a squirrel. Because we are now going to sacrifice out for this boy. So that is 4. 4 versus nothing. So that's 6 in total, which is a win. But, like, we could have done it with 1 less card, to be honest. Don't know what we'd bring out. We definitely had to take that mole out, even though that's a useless card combination, or sigil combination. It does still block stuff. Ooh, just like super buff our direwolf pup if we can get another mycologist. Sounds kind of fun. The old triple fusion. We have to get a mycologist first, I suppose. Alright, well if we're getting the choice between a random shitty card or the possibility of a good card or no card at all, we're obviously going to take this one. Maybe we want to keep getting these. Because I'm just kind of looking at it and like... We do have a lot of wolves, don't we? Wolf, 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 wolf. Okay, I don't think there's a way we can fail this one. Well, we could get all of the wrong cards, but we already have them. Alright, what do we got here? This is kind of fun, but we don't have enough ants in our deck to make this worthwhile. Like, at best it does 2 damage, which is a bit of a waste. This guy, number of cards in our hand, plus an ant, plus a drop tail. That's kind of a meaningless card. This is just a random combination of sigils, which leaves us with him. Now, Made of Stone means he's immune to the insta-kill and Stinky, which I think is probably where we want to go. It is just a card we can play out when something on the field dies, so no reason not to do that. I think bones are what we're going to struggle with getting the most. Sacrifices we can kind of do. Like, we have the ringworm, which can summon another rabbit. Like, this guy summons a couple of dams. You know, we have quite a lot of options. 4 damage is enough to kill us. Ah, but we are going to do 1 damage, so it's actually not quite enough to kill us. Oh, you dick. You dick. We don't have enough bones for that. And if we were to put something here, it would just get sacrificed. What are dams? 0 power, 2 health. They get 1 power because of the alpha. So we're going to do 4 damage here, and then he kills us. Unless we make him skip his turn, but I don't really want to. But maybe that's the only choice. Either skip a turn or use the bones. Now, the bones... actually... Fuck it, let's see what we get. Okay, Direwolf Pup, which is kind of shit. So we're going to get the bones. We're going to alpha up this guy. He now does 6 damage. 7 damage, plus this guy dies. He is going to die on his turn, but I think we're okay with that. Again, we do 7 damage here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could rip out a tooth. 8. I guess if I bring out the Direwolf Pup, he actually does... Well, he does 4 damage. Which would be enough to survive. So let's do that. Wait, or 6? Oh, because of the dam! Oh, and then he dies. Well, that was unfortunate. I forgot that the dam pushes things around. And this is kind of the exact reason I don't like playing with cards that have Hefty. Because they kind of ruin everything. Because what do I sort of do here now? I'm kind of screwed and I've wasted all my items. So I guess I'll just play out a squirrel to do 1 damage to spite them and then they beat me. Because they are rushing me really hard. Like, I can just keep poking them for 1, but it's not enough. I should have kept that Direwolf out. That was a big misplay, but I never account for Hefty. So, I mean, it's a meaningless card, I'll just die. God, he really murdered me too. Okay. That was definitely my fault. That was a stupid play, but... Again, I just don't like Hefty. Okay, 5 bones, 6 health, or 3 sigils. Now, 3 sigils I think we've got in the bag. 6 health. I'm tempted to take the 6 health one. And just let the gods decide if we pull out this ringworm. I don't think there is... There's a pretty good chance we fail this. 5 bones, well, actually is pretty doable. It's about 50-50. A little bit less. And 3 sigils, like, it's fucking everything. Like, unless we pull out this, this, and this. I guess, unless we pull out our 2 non-sigil cards, then we're screwed. But otherwise, I think we're kind of okay. Yeah, the only other option would be Sparrow and Black Goat would fail it. So I think we take the health. If we pass it, I'm not hurt. Okay, so we didn't pass it. And like, if we fail it, we just don't get another card, which I think in this situation is kind of fine. I don't want this. I think at this point, having half a totem does us no good, and I don't see us getting a second totem. Right, well, I think the obvious play here is just to sacrifice the Black Goat onto, like, the Sparrow. It's just now a Black Goat that does 1 damage and has flying. Same shit. Like, it's just as good. Frees up a slot in our deck for a different useful card. Okay. I think we just take the damage here. Yeah, if we take the damage here, we can kill this Raven Egg. So if I just do this, bring out a Direwolf, we kill the Raven Egg. And deal 2 damage, which counters his Kingfishers. And then now it becomes a full-blown Direwolf. Which is, well, pretty strong. So it's going to do 3, 6, 9. Okay, we win. Nice. That Direwolf pays for itself. If we can take that first hit on our turn, it's easy days. Like, what, a Bullfrog maybe, but I think we can do better. Another Mud Turtle? Or a Bullfrog? We'll take the Bullfrog. It's a decent card, we can sacrifice things onto it. Although, what we would sacrifice onto it, I'm not sure. Block Flyers. What do we want to even block Flyers here? Like nothing. We could just put it on the other Direwolf. Pop. And then we can Mycologist him. And then the other Direwolf, like the Giga Direwolf, will get even gigarer. And we have a fire coming up, so we'll have to decide whether we want to sacrifice a card or use the fire. This is not a great opening hand. Although it is good enough. Is it? Only if I use my other item. And of course now it isn't. Okay, well, now we die. Because this is a terrible opening hand. I wish this game had mulligans, actually. I think a mulligan, like maybe a mulligan item or something like that would be really, really good. Because at this point there's nothing we can do to win this. And it's all because of that opening hand. Because what happens is, I can kill this Raven Egg. Sweet. I only have 2 health, I can make it 3 health. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. I can just straight up hit them with the wolf for 3 damage. Which would bring me up to, what, 1, 2, 3, so bring me up to standard. Then they hit me for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So even if I pull the tooth, that ain't enough. I don't have enough bones to get out the alpha. And the Coyote costs exactly the same, but it's just shittier in every way. Except for damage, I guess. But this thing kind of pays for itself, because if everything works, it summons 2 dams, which do 1 damage each. Plus each of those dams buffs the alpha, so in fact, in total, we get 5 damage if I place it right. Yeah, and I can't block any of this because they're all flying. So, I guess I'll just bring out a wolf and kill a raven egg just for spite. But, GG. And because of my horrendous misplay earlier, we also lost a life. So we can't even just write that one off. Alright, we're going to try, in the next one, not using that Mantis God deck. I think we might go back to the basic starter deck. So what's the basic starter deck? Well, we could do this one, the triple sack. No, I hate the moose. Again, Hefty. Hefty's too shit. I don't like it. I hate accounting for it. I think it just, as a rule, just kind of moves your stuff where you don't want it. Unless you really make an effort of blocking things in. But the problem with like Hefty and Sprinter and the other one, Strong Arm or whatever it's called, is that they go the other way. Like, even if... Okay, so this obviously pushes things to the right. If I block the entire right-hand side or put this on the right-hand wall, it just turns around and goes the other way. You know, how do you block it in? Hefty will always affect your line unless you have a full board. Sprinter, a little bit different, obviously. You can trap it in a corner. Strong Arm, you can never fix. It will just flip everything, unless you have two things that strong arm each other. I just don't like my cards moving. The enemy can play out like 3 cards at a time, or 2 cards, or whatever. They don't have a limitation. They just have a fixed pattern. So they can kind of constantly be barraging me with enemies. I kind of need to deal with that. I can't just sit there and do nothing. Plus 3 damage is not that great, and the 7 health isn't often going to come up with this deck because, of course, it moves. So it's far more likely to hit somewhere where I need it, and then it moves and doesn't take the hit. So as a blocker, it's useless. I think this is my least favorite deck. The starter deck, old Stoat, Bullfrog, and Wolf. Pretty good. Pretty good. Stoat's a good card. You don't actually see the Stoat outside the starter deck. I just realized, which is kind of weird and fun. Bullfrog, good card. I mean, 1 sacrifice, 1 damage. It's fine. Has flying block, which makes it very useful. Stoat, a good card for sigils. Wolf, obviously a very strong card. The Ant deck, obviously, needs a little bit more expertise than the other two to get out a good number of ants to do some damage. But also, the Skunk is just a damn good card to put sigils on. Stinky makes it very tanky. And if you get very lucky on a campfire and you get the double like health upgrade, suddenly it's got, 7 health and it removes 1 damage. That will keep it alive forever. Put a couple of damages on it, suddenly it can go toe-to-toe with, like, a wolf. Obviously, if you get the double damage on it, it does 2 damage. The wolf does 2 damage against it because of Stinky. Suddenly, it can kill the wolf, or it can block the wolf. Right? Because if the wolf comes down and attacks it, 2 damage, the skunk kills it next turn. If you only get 1 damage off it, suddenly, while it can't go toe-to-toe with a wolf, if the wolf's already on the field, you can block it with a skunk. Because you attack it for 1 damage, it attacks you for 2 damage, you attack it for 1 damage. You win that battle. It means that your skunk can trade with a wolf, which is a pretty average, like, damaging card, really effectively. So that is... I think the skunk is the core of this deck, not the ants. It may have the ant sigil on it. Nah, means nothing. Skunk's where it's at. Ant cards, kind of fun, but at the end of the day, the max you can get 16 damage across your board, which just like drastically drops the more damage you take. Kind of tough to maintain. And this one, I don't even know what to think about this. I think the ringworms are key. Either you keep the 2 ringworms in your deck, you load them up with sigils, and then fuse them, or you just throw them on the first campfire you get, see what happens. And I think that's more the point. You're supposed to just throw them on the campfire. If you kill them, campfires are always good from here on out to the end of the game. If you don't kill them, suddenly they're a 1-cost card that actually has a purpose. So I think it's just a tough deck because it starts off so shit. Other than that, not a terrible deck. Definitely this one, hate it. No thanks. But anyway, guys, we are going to leave this episode here, and we'll cover a bit more of that in the next episode and my thoughts. If you have any thoughts about these decks and like which one's your favorite, if you see something in the Moose that I don't, if you think that the Moose is an amazing card and it's the best thing ever, let me know, because I'd love to hear like a good strategy for using it, because I'm just I will admit I'm terrible at using Hefty. But anyway, guys, we're going to leave this episode here. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, the Aussie Nerd, feel free to subscribe to my channel and check out the other videos on there. If you think your only friends of mine enjoy my content, make sure you share a video too with them. Really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to leave any hints, tips, tricks, feedback for the videos, or you just want to say hi, make sure you do so in a comment section down below so I can see it. And I'll see all of you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.